anyway, here we are. We're starting things off again with another best of 5. Ooh, this one I feel like should be a little bit closer, as both of these players pretty darn strong and well matched together, I'd say. Not saying that Patience isn't strong, of course. I just think that Cure is a little bit better. It's quite a little bit better. Regardless. In the bottom left side, we got the red Terran player. He is also teamless right now, but don't let that deceive you. He will be able to out-micro anybody in the world. He is BYUN. Just back from military service and already on his way to being one of the best Terran players. In the top right side, we got ourselves a blue Zerg player fighting for the Kaizi. No, wait. Was it Dragon Phoenix Gaming as well? Kaizi. No, it's Kaizi. Shoot. Kaizi Gamers. He is Solar. I think he used to be on Dragon Phoenix, right? Oh, no. It was Triumphant Sun Gaming. That's right. Who do you think is going to win here? Ooh, it's a good question. It's a good question. I mean, Solar... I don't know, man. I don't know. He's been in the up and down for a while now, hasn't he? Like, sometimes it feels like, oh, he's going to be able to just get himself up in the highest ranks. In the top 3 of the Zergs of Korea. Pretty darn quickly here. He's on his way. And then, out of nowhere, it's just going to fall apart a little bit again. I don't know if the styles that he plays get figured out or if it's something else entirely. But yeah, it just doesn't seem to be working out as quickly. BYUN back from being an actual Terran Marine. I'm pretty sure that wasn't BYUN one of the ones that just kind of was in charge of like some gates. He just sat in a little box sometimes. Or wait, no, that was somebody else, wasn't it? He was able to do his military service from relatively close to home, or maybe even from his home. Oh my god, he's gonna lose 3 links here? I swear. Hold that thought, guys. Alright, losing 3 links. Well, it's better to lose 3 links than to lose 3 games, I suppose. The Reaper did get very low on the HP, so the Queens will be able to safeguard that creep tumor as well now. Fairly nice, fairly nice. I think Solo could have even put that creep tumor a little bit further forwards. Being quite conservative, not wanting to lose that creep tumor here. Ooh, I like the spreading to the left side. Very smart play right there. Further removed from the Reaper movement there. Cool stuff, cool stuff. But yeah, so I don't know. Sometimes BYUN, he absolutely amazes me as well with his play. Sometimes it feels like he gives up a little bit too soon. Sometimes it feels like he just doesn't want to give up at all and somehow creates the biggest comeback ever, right? And this is why he's such a difficult player to call, because he is somebody that can play against the strongest players from a place where normally you would see Terrans give up. And he will just grind it out and actually get the victory in the end as well. Or make it close enough that, you know, it would have been very conceivable that he would have still been able to grab that victory. So yeah, it's rough to say, it's rough to say. What we're seeing here, though, is a armory from BYUN. It's going to go for a Hellbat push, it would appear. Hellbat push with a couple of Banshees as well, being incorporated with this. Not sure if we have any Marines. There's only 2 of them, so yeah, they will not be coming in with the Hellbat push, but just will be the Hellbat Banshee play for now. Where is that Banshee? Okay, there it is. Thought they would be trying to cooperate with one another. Instead, he's just coming in here with pure Hellbats. You don't see this all too often, because the Hellbats can get kited by the Queens quite heavily. The Queens, though, on the left side getting zoned away, just barely being able to transfuse their buddy right there. May need to have another transfusion. Banelings not quite available just yet either. The eggs of the Banelings are keeping the Hellbats preoccupied though. We need to have those drones to be safeguarded. The Hellbats coming closer and closer. Remember, you need 3 of them. So 1 shot. Banshee in the 3rd base causing quite a ruckus though. 6 kills on that one. Another Banshee as well, it seems, in the natural base. And they are the ones that are doing the most. Great hold position right there. Really making life difficult for these drones. Very cool micro here overall from BYUN. Even though he's not putting a lot of extra micro into these Banshees, just to hold position so he can focus on his Hellbats. That's really impressive. 12 workers go down there, which is a lot more than I thought he would get with those Banshees. I guess Solar just didn't have the Spore Crawlers out and about in the right time and place. So yeah, here is the counter-attack, I suppose, from a lot of Lings, trying to see if they can get anything done. Right, we do have a full wall off here. So the Lings, unless if he wants to do a Baneling bust, that is not going to do quite anything. I suppose, even if you were to try a Hellbat or a Baneling push here, very quickly, I would expect BYUN to get a couple more Hellions and just transform them into the Hellbats again and be able to deal with any Lings that usually come in after the Banelings. So would be a crazy call to make. Would be a crazy call to make. Of course, that's not what he's doing as well. So I don't know why I'm talking about it. Alright, Banshee here in the top left side. Still causing a bit of the resources of Solar to be swallowed up, right? Another Queen right there. Not going to be able to do much of anything, but kind of just sit there for now. Actually did bring the Queen back. There's no Spire on the way just yet. Solar is trying to just play the very upgrade heavy style instead with the Zerglings and the Banelings. Would expect the Spire to come in at a later point in time. Committing here mostly with those Hellbats getting run into by the Banelings though. Great target fire on the Banelings. We'll be able to pick up 2 more and just get the heck out of dodge again. Base over here needs to be responded to as well. Oh, those Queens that are trying to move over there. Getting caught in between the Baneling eggs. Bit unfortunate. BYUN is making some massive headway, by the way, guys. I mean, the worker count, of course, not really up there for Solar. And Solar, it feels like he may start to snowball here versus the units. Oh my god! Oh, that may be it. That may be it, guys. That one Widowmine hit there. I'm not sure if he could afford that. More Marines coming along as well. 2 medevacs here. The medevacs on the main base as well, still filled with Marines also. That is... Yeesh. Yeah, it may seem like much, but together with the snowballing of those Hellbats and the Banshees, some great overall harassments with those units. And then now coming in with these Marines, being able to trade efficiently against those initial Banelings and the initial Zerglings. Now it seems like that is just enough for BYUN to take such a magnificent trade here that there's just no coming back for Solar anymore. There's another attack on the left side. There's no return for the Zerg. The drones are going to try to escape, but that's the worst escape path that you could take. No way you can go on that left side here. Oh, well, Solar is trying to hang on. He's behind with 11 workers right now. He's lost 35 of them. His army count is behind on, well, 50. Which is also quite, quite a disturbing thing. It's not going to work out for him, at least. So many Widowmines here. Going to try to get them set off by the Queens. That's some smart play there. I'm not going to lie. That's some nice use of those Queens, of course. But still, he just doesn't have enough Banelings, nor Zerglings, nor creep spread to get any type of efficient trading going on here. And even now you can see that he's kind of fumbling here as he's trying to engage in a place where he had nothing to really fight for anymore. Maybe hoping to catch BYUN off guard as he's moving out of that base location. It is still a location of a base where there's no other way of retreating, but enough Widow Mine action, enough of the Marines, Marauders, Medevacs there, all of the above to just not really allow Solar to take any type of efficient trading. Now, he needs to be on creep. He needs to be on creep to fight this. He's not allowed to push off of creep because that is just never going to work out. Okay, that was some alright bailing hits there. Not the worst, but there's still so many Widow Mines. There's still so many Marauders. And you need to have not just banelings to clean this up here. This is just a slow descent into just a absolutely horrendous slaughtering here. Really starting to feel for Solar. He's been trying for a while now to get back into the groove of things, but definitely struggling. 40 army supply versus 102. I mean, BYUN, he's not taking any unnecessary risks. There could still be, you know, some counterattacks. Maybe a base trade will be able to get some momentum here for Solar going, but I mean, right now, yeah, it is really just BYUN being overprotective, being oversafe, trying to not lose anything here. Cancellation on this base. BYUN realizes there must still be a drone over there. It's not going to bother with it, though. I mean, he doesn't really have to. Great spreading. Great Widow Mine coverage. And, of course, this is just half the attack right now. Even half the attack can't be solved by the full defense of Solar here. Should be seeing GG here. Feel like we should have seen it a while ago, not gonna lie, but you know what? Solar, can't blame him for trying his best to make a comeback happen. Another thing to take into account there, if you are Solar here and you want to advance, I mean, I don't know if this is going through his mind at all, right? I could be completely wrong on this, but I mean, BYUN does seem to be somebody who suffers from fatigue a bit more than other players, because, well, his playstyle is just reliant on very, very quick movements. He has a ton of APM. He is incredibly quick. The longer you make him play one game, the more strain that is going to put on his, well, his wrist, stuff like this, and the harder it can be to keep stuff like that going. So, overall, you know what, it could be a tactic versus BYUN to try and just keep him in a game for as long as possible. I don't think Solar would do something like that, though. I do think he still had a bit of an idea of to be able to keep that going as well. But it is something we should probably take into consideration, right? It is something that could come to impact BYUN in the long haul here. Right, 1 minute wait, it looks like. Not quite sure what we are waiting for, but oh well. Why not stream in Twitch? Is it sponsored by Trovo? Yes. This is a Trovo weekly. We are being sponsored by Trovo to do this on their streaming platform. And Trovo is just very, very kind to smaller streamers overall. It's not as big as a platform. It's a lot more easy to get into their partnership programs and such, right? So it's just a great benefit for something like StarCraft II overall, especially as a team for ITaX to have somewhat of a partnership going there and get themselves a bit of extra money to work with for their players, for their administrators, for their team, for their casters, everything in between, right? So yeah, we made quite a big switch to Trovo with a lot of things here. But we're still doing things on Twitch as well. This is a big switch to Twitch. I meant Trovo, of course. But yeah. So yeah, we just, you know, we're just trying to make it and trying to get as much StarCraft II as possible to everyone that would like to see more StarCraft II. That is our dream. That's what we're trying to achieve. And if Trovo is the way to do that, then my dear lord, we're going to be on Trovo as much as as they would like us to, right? That's the idea. That's the idea. As long as these players get to play, as long as we get to watch them, and as long as we ensure that there's still more stuff to come as well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. We prefer Trovo, but it's hard to get traction here. This is true. It's harder to get viewership overall on Trovo because there's just bigger viewership on Twitch. There's more people already watching there. There's more people opening up Twitch to be like, oh, I guess let's see what's on Twitch today. We have a great benefit of having Team Liquid, of course, the website, linking up our URLs for the streams. Great games, more people need to know. I mean, you know what? We're trying. We're trying to get the words out there. You're always free to help out on that remark. Tweet it out. Send it to your friends. DM it. Go on your StarCraft II service. Whatever you want. And yeah, we'll be able to get that ball rolling. Get more people in here. Let them know. We try our best, but, you know, it has its downsides sometimes being on multiple different channels. Regardless of all of that, it's working out, guys. Don't worry about us. We're doing okay. We're doing alright. Especially with all the support you guys keep giving us. All the viewership and all the great people helping us out. Very much appreciated. Anyway, we're looking at another game here. Another TVC, of course, because, well, it is still the same best of 5 that we started previously. Imagine that, just switching over to a whole different best of 5, mid best of 5. That would be a bit silly. That would be a bit silly. Don't think that ever happened before. Anyway, the bottom left side is a Red Terran. He is teamless right now, but already 1 point on the board. He is BYUN. His opponent in the top left side, it's a blue Zerg player fighting for the Kaisi Gamers. He is Solar. Was trying to get somebody into StarCraft II recently, and it amazes me, like, some of these things that you don't even hear as a regular StarCraft II viewer or like a StarCraft II player. For example, just the announcer continuously saying like, oh, we need more Vaspian gas, we need more minerals, we need more supplies, stuff like this, right? I guess you don't hear it as much if you're not playing as quickly. Because you're just, well, not clicking or spamming the button continuously, being like, oh, come on, we'll have it soon, click, 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 click. But yeah, apparently that's a little bit off-putting for some people, and yeah, it's just funny how you don't even notice it anymore as a regular player, right? It's like you just completely zone it out. All right, let's see. This is on. Oh wait, is that on? Ani Sa. Something like that. And then it's oh wait, that's a difficult one, isn't it? Trying to learn Korean here. I think this is like a yeah. I forget. Alright, never mind. This is. Why is Reaper so fast? Alright, there we go. Oh, thank you, Ener. Normal time. Funny time. Funny time. This is an... Ah... This would be an... well, this is the N sign, if I'm not mistaken. And then this would be the I sign. Ani. Ani. Although that... no, wait. The I is not really an I, is it? It's like an Alright, anyway. Regardless of that. I skipped Korean class yesterday, so... that's probably why I don't hear it. Or don't manage to read it correctly. Because it does no damage. What does no damage? Is that what Elsie said? Jeez Louise, there's so many people just a lot better in Korean than I am. Which would be pretty much anybody that spent more than a couple of days trying to learn it. Ooh, harassment. But it does no damage to Reaper. Oh my god, don't you dare lose that queen. Okay, it does manage to save it. How much energy do we have? We're gonna have another auto turret pretty darn soon here. As the Hellions are coming in as well. Is he trying... how is he... oh, there's another Raven on the way. Did he make 2 Ravens? Hot tamales. Let's make 2 Ravens. This man made 2 Ravens, everybody. Look at that. He's doing complete Raven harassment right now. He's got 6 kills. He's managed to deny mining quite a bit. I don't remember the last time I've seen a Terran go double Raven against a Zerg. But by golly, this is working well. 8 kills. 8 kills, just like that. Could it be just as a punishment for a Solar trying to go more for the heavy Ling Baneling style instead of the quicker Mutalisk? I mean, you got the queens as well. You need to have the queens in a good position. You need to have them as far towards the edge as possible. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I know some players, like Innovation, did start to incorporate the Raven into the TVZ matchup. But I don't believe I've ever seen him go double Raven. I've seen him go single Raven, but most of the time he just kind of uses it to float around with the Hellions to try and clean up creeps so he doesn't have to use scan energy. Right? Terrans, they don't need as much gas. I suppose in the early game they needed a bit more for all the initial upgrades. But... you know, they don't need as much gas as the other races. They're gonna be okay if they don't have as much. And using that that overall bit of knowledge to then, you know, get something else going, such as Ravens, so you can save up the mules and get more minerals, right? Because if you have less energy that you use on scans, you're gonna be able to use more energy on mules, which means more minerals. Which is what you need as a Terran, right? So, I've always been a big fan of the Raven. He still scans. He still scans. I suppose you want to scan to see the, what is going on here. Oh my god, he just lets those slow banelings waddle right on top of all his forces. He was busy with the auto turrets, I believe. And that did not go his way, did it? Why are you fighting those auto turrets as well? Both those players, making some maneuvers. Maneuvers. What was going on there? Well, BYUN not gonna give up so easily, though. Does have a good amount of Widow Mines here to partake in the battle this time around. Banelings. A couple of initial Banelings. Getting okay hits. Setting off most of the mines. Actually, all of the mines. Except for the next 2 that did just come in. One more Widow Mine. Ooh, on the Overlord, that would be good. That's fine, absolutely fine. Mutalisk will be able to clean this up. He's losing a lot of his Mutalisk. Actually, the Mutalisk DPS not quite high enough to deal with these low numbers of Marines being healed by the Medivacs. The Marines, of course, having +1 armor, and the Mutalisk not having any upgrades whatsoever. Oof, more auto turret harassment. Man, BYUN, he's so freaking quick, isn't he? Jeez Louise, he's a quick boy. Alright, coming in again here. Looking to take the series here almost, it looks like. Well, the series, the game. Get a bit further along with the series, I suppose. Targeting the Mutalisk, nicely done. Always worth it. Being able to even kill off a single Mutalisk with a Widow Mine does make that efficient, efficient trade. Alright, yeah, Solar is snowballing again, man. He is once again just stuck making these Zerglings, making these Banelings, and trading out super inefficiently. Continuously, as BYUN sends more and more stuff across the fields. Now, the Mutalisks are flying across here as well, trying to get things rolling. Oh, this is good, actually. This is a very efficient... This is exactly what Solar needed to have happen. He's got to be careful not to lose too many of his Mutalisks here, flying in too quickly. It's going to be okay. Oh my god, he's still losing a lot of them. Banelings just weren't there. Just get rid of them right now. And that is tying up this the overall units lost tab a little bit. A little bit. Now, Solar, he is not even mining more. So, this is the problem. And he's only on 69 workers. It's not a high worker count at all in this situation. And, yeah, as much as he would like to make some more drones, he's not really allowed to. He's even going to lose drones right here. Oh, that is going to be a big one. That is, yeah, that's the entire mineral line pretty much gone right there. Managed to save 3 of those drones. 12 units right there. Another Widow Mine as well. Getting more stuff. Oh, jeez, man. Yeah, this is BYUN. This is just pure up, straight up, unadulterated BYUN. Doing so much harassment in the early parts, and then just coming in with this this type of push, being like, all right, well, let's just keep trading, buddy. Let's just keep trading. Eventually, you're gonna run dry because you're spending all your money on drones, or all your money on Zerglings, all your money on Banelings, not getting any more drones, and you are still on an equal amount of economy here. So yeah, BYUN there, taking another game. Very, very convincingly, I would say. With a double Raven opening as well. Not something you see every day. But the way he used it, it makes a lot of sense, right? It made a ton of sense how you would utilize those double Ravens here. Probably won't work if you have a Spire opening from the Zerg. But we didn't. We didn't have that in game number 1. BYUN reading into that situation, I feel like. And adjusting, ensuring that, you know... If Solar is once again going for the double upgrade style with the Zerglings and the Banelings, he's gonna get punished. And punished he did get, so very well done there by BYUN. Getting himself a fantastic bit of momentum and rolling it straight into the final point. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, well, let's see. Let's see. Romanticide here. That's game number 3. We're going through this very quickly. We've already done a full best of 5. And we're getting pretty close to a another clean sweep here. Actually, 2 best of 5s in almost 1.5 hours. If BYUN wins this one as well, as convincingly, that is... It's going to be nasty. We're going to have Cure versus BYUN there. But to be fair, they were the players that so far are looking absolutely dominating. So maybe a good thing. Maybe a good thing, right? The Korean Terrans have been the top race lately. Yeah, they've been kicking some serious behind, haven't they? Yeah. Truly something else. Yep, it's just a matter of time though for the Zergs in this situation. All the Protoss, right, to kind of catch up again, kind of refigure out, recalibrate what is going on in the matchup, and come up with some different things to make this all a bit more difficult for the Terrans to do, because it does seem like they are kind of running away right now with the momentum overall. Alright, regardless of all of that, guys, it's all not said and done, so let's see if we get Solar to move on through here. Or at least get a point on the board, of course. That would be fantastic. He is the Blue Zerg. He is fighting for the Kaisi Gamers. He is Solar. His opponent in the red. He is the red Terran. Bottom right, Mr. BYUN. Teamless, but well, still ready to kick some serious ass in StarCraft 2 here. Still ready to continuously partake in these types of series and continuously taking some massive victories. Baneling Nerf versus the Marauders are making an impact? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, we saw DRG still being able to beat Cure as well in a TVZ. With mainly Ling Bane Mutalisk. So, I'm not sure if that is where the problem lies. I'm not entirely certain. It just seems like that previous game, Solar, he lost a lot of workers in the start, right? He lost like 8 workers. May not seem like that should be game ending, but when you're playing against somebody like BYUN, that very likely could be game ending, right? You're gonna need to have something go your way, something else, some sort of retaliation, a very positive trade, some great baneling hits, some sort of other economic damage onto your opponent here. Or otherwise, that is potentially game ending overall. There's the factory. Of course, first getting a command center here. What I do notice from DRG is that he keeps a lot more Zerglings around with his army, and he goes more heavily into the Mutalisk rather than Banelings. It does appear like some other Zergs, they favor the Banelings a lot more so than the Zerglings and the Mutalisk, so that is where most of their money goes to. And I think they need to recalibrate the balancing act there. You can get away with having less Banelings overall, and then being able to clean up the Marauders with the Zerglings and the Mutalisk. I think that's the main thing that you need to have happen. Because as long as you have enough Banelings and to be able to get on top of the Marines, which is doable if you have enough Zerglings to get a wraparound, right? Force those Marines to stay in one location. You need a lot less Banelings overall, and it's just a way of taking a fight. It's a way of kind of getting a different fight to go into your favor, which otherwise probably wouldn't have gone there that way. Seems like Terrans are making more Marauders, pushing Zergs into more Mutalisk. Yeah. Yeah, or more Zerglings, right, as well. I mean, to be fair, most of the fights that we saw from Solar there as well, we did not see him getting any wraparounds with Zerglings whatsoever. We did not see him get much of anything of that sort. He was doing okay against the Widowmines, right? He wasn't taking massive hits from those, but still, it may be a bit much to ask, but you can't just run in from one angle against those types of Terran armies. You need to have those surrounds going as well. You want to pin down those Marines. It can be a difficult thing to execute. You need a lot of pre-battle positioning, but that positioning can make or break a fight that way. Also, Mutalisk just picking off units from the side, right? If you're good at this stuff, then, my dear lord, will it be a different outcome in a fight later on. Okay, so we are having a battlecruiser opening here for BYUN. I don't think Solar managed to scout this. He did see the starports with a tech lab that is researching, so he may already be preparing for a little bit of Banshee play here, which is very, very close to battlecruiser play. It's not exactly the same, of course, because it can just teleport straight into your main base. Oh dear, he doesn't have creep in between his main and his natural. Okay, he does have a spore crawler in every mineral field, though. Gonna safeguard those drones. Not losing a single one so far. Looks like it will not be able to do too much, I want to say. 3 queens on both sides here. Should help out quite a bit. The queens on the left side can't partake too much, as if they will push out too far, they're not going to be close enough to the Spore Crawler to really take the fight against the Battlecruiser here. But they get some good poking going on, and the Battlecruiser only 2 kills so far. One of that being, I believe, a Zergling, and the other one being an Overlord. Great transfusions there from Solar. We'll be able to safeguard all those queens. The Zerglings managed to push away the Hellions for now. Still not taking any damage. So, doing pretty darn good here. The Spire's on the way. More Zerglings on the way. He still has a 23 worker count lead. As BYUN, he does have himself a 3rd base also. It would appear that he needs to do a bit more damage to really get this... keep this in his favor here. 2 drones, 3 drones. Okay, well, there we go. A couple of bits of damage taking place, but nothing significant. Still a 21 worker deficit here. So yeah, out of all these other previous maps that we've seen, I think this one truly the best setup so far for Solar, the best early game. He's managed to acquire here. Now, could still all go quite sideways pretty soon with the 4 Hellions still, of course. But the Queens are in a good position here. The Overlord does manage to spot them. We'll be able to let everyone in the Zerg race know that, yeah, we probably should have some extra beefy boys on the left side here. Ensure that those Hellions don't just run in. Did manage to do this. Alright, so... now, here we go. That is the big push coming out for Mr. BYUN. Combat Shield still on the way, +1/+1. Combat Shield is a very quick upgrade though, of course, guys. It will be coming in relatively shortly here. Should still wait for that to be done before he actually starts committing onto creep here. Right, well, he does go a little bit onto creep. I would highly doubt that he's going to go any further than this, though. Wait a moment, there's no bailing speed either. That is potentially even more important. Oh, Zerglings not getting the surrounds that they are looking for, but you know what? Not overextending either. Oh, it's coming back in. Did not think that was necessary there. Alright, left side in this natural base under a bit of pressure here. As the 2 Medivacs do manage to escape. Zerglings, then the Mutalisk pretty much alone without the Banelings right now. Okay, let's take a look at the units lost tab. It's not favorable for Mr. Solar, but that is what you would expect for ZVT. The important part is that he did manage to get more mining done. So that kind of equalizes out in a sense. And his Mutalisk are kind of freed up for a bit of harassment here. Oh, BYUN, did he not make a lot of missile turrets here? Well, he placed them in some particular places where, they aren't covering the entirety of the mineral line, but they are zoning the Mutalisk very nicely towards the middle. Bases here for Solar. Look, is he actually going to give up this base? May look like he needs to. Mutalisk, like, this is where you need to utilize those Mutalisks very nicely. A couple of Marines over here on the top side as well. There's a couple of things that you can try to pick off here. This is a place as well. This is like that army. You should have been able to force that backwards, at least with the Zerglings and the Banelings. Instead, he's just going to go for a massive counterattack. He doesn't have any Banelings with the counterattack, so the reinforcing line of Marines and a Thor will be able to push that backwards very easily, convincingly. And BYUN, I mean, he managed to kill a base on the top side. He managed to deny the base on the bottom as well. Doing incredibly well so far, not taking any damage whatsoever at home. As he's still coming across the fields here. And this is where you need to get those surrounds with the Zerglings, right? If If you manage to get reasonable surrounds here, there's no Widow Mines. There's a single siege tank. That is fine. You won't take too much damage from that. You're going to even be able to pick that off, perhaps with Mutalisk, some good micro there. You should be able to dissect and take out this army with relative ease, as long as you manage to get your Zerglings surrounding this Marine Ball. There's not enough medevacs to really... Alright, there we go. There's some surrounding with those Zerglings. Just not quite having enough, though, unfortunately. Still has more on the top side. Alright, Solar. Solar, he's struggling. He is definitely struggling. Some rooks being taken out as well. Gonna shorten the push distance here a little bit for BYUN. It's gonna be quicker whenever he wants to move out again. Mutalisk coming in for this 4th base. Equal amount of bases, not a good sign here for Solar, of course. Mutalisk, they are getting some headway, finally finding some actual damage here. It's quite a lot of Banelings. It's a single Widow Mine still hidden underneath the Thor here. We pull away. Again, no Zerglings from the backside though. Those Banelings are not allowed to blow up onto the Thor or the Marauders. They just need to keep rolling to keep those Marines backwards, and then let the Zerglings deal with the Marauders and the Thors. 13 SCVs did get picked off here though, as Solar's Mutalisk Flock finally finding some real damage here. Trying to get them intercepted is BYUN, but will not be able to do so. Okay, Solar gets a bit of breathing room. Gets a little bit of breathing room here. Needs to get his creep spread out as much as possible now that BYUN is on the other side of the field. Needs to keep his Baneling count high. Needs to keep those Mutalisk rotating around the map as well. Try to intercept whatever they can. Let's see, Widow Mines here. Ooh, would be nice. Right, could have taken a couple of Widow Mines down there. Playing it super safe, though. Doesn't want to get suddenly hit by the Widow Mine over here, I suppose. Or the Thors that are still rotating with this army as well. Come on, take it out. There you go. We do have Drilling Class as well available. So those Widow Mines, they can very quickly get themselves into a place to be a real serious threat to the Mutalisk and the Zerglings. Left side, do we have a counter-attack? We very well may have. And he moves backwards here. A little bit of indecision from Solar. That is not what you would like to see. Widow Mines here coming in as well. Not being able to get great connections. This is a fight that did take place just before +3/+3 finished up, so that is quite a fortunate timing there for Solar, who's still going to be quite a while off of his +3/+3. Would immediately need to start these as well as the Adrenal Glands. They are incredibly important upgrades to keep this going, to start trading out more efficiently against something like this, as he's not been able to really get himself into the economic position that you need to be to trade out efficiently against these types of units. Okay, the Banelings just keep running. Don't roll into those Marauders. Absolutely unnecessary there, unfortunately. Now he just doesn't have enough anymore to bust through the Marines. And imagine if he had like 5 more Banelings here. That would be such an easier cleanup right now. And yeah, things are snowballing again. He's making Banelings right on top of the army here for BYUN. Not quite sure if he's trying to buy time or what else he is planning here. Widow Mines once again burrowing. There's no Overseer here to help out, but some nice Zerglings there being able to mitigate what they can do. The Mutalisk are falling though. They are all going down. BYUN looks like once again did manage to take the more efficient trades here. Did manage to out-micro his opponent once more. And now is going to be able to skedaddle, kill off another base. Rotate to the top side, kill off more bases over there. Look at the micro from BYUN, by the way, guys. The splitting, just even splitting his Marauders, getting all those Marines backwards. Very, very well done. The focus fire is just absolutely nuts. The Widow Mine placements, continuously finding good connections.